Rangers win, baby, 4-1 over the Montreal Canadiens, and that was definitely an impressive win by the New York Rangers as they annihilated the Montreal Canadiens. And I know the score might only be 4-1, and you might say, how could you say they annihilated them? But man, if you watch this game, they annihilated them. There was no chance for the Canadiens. They looked lost out there. The defense played very solid, and they gave pretty much a full 60-minute effort. I thought that they bent a bit, but didn't break there in the third. I thought that they lightened up a little too much there, but it wasn't too bad to the point where Montreal was able to get back into the game, thankfully. So the Rangers end up just killing the Montreal Canadiens. We're going to talk about the game. Before we do, be sure to leave a like on the video if you do enjoy. Subscribe if you guys are new, especially if you're Ranger fans. We cover them heavily throughout the channel here, and turn on your notifications so you know when I upload a video next. I also do want to say I'm sorry in advance if anyone is bothered by my voice during this video. I'm fighting a cold right now, so I'm bearing with it. I'm trying to make it through, so it is what it is there. But let's talk about this game. And man, was the first period just a snooze fest, because there was nothing that went on. You had a opportunity for the Rangers somewhat earlier in the period. Capo Caco got a chance early on, and he refused to shoot the puck there. Instead, he decides to pass it. Caco's got to shoot on those opportunities more times than not, because you're right in front of the net, man. You were drafted second overall. Use that shot. Let's see it rip. And that's one thing that I did want to complain about there quickly. But outside of that, the first period was very quiet. Miller made a nice little defensive play to break up an odd man rush that came the other way. Great back check there by Keandre Miller to help out. I think it was Trouba on the ice at the time. It might have been Fox, but whoever it was on the ice at the time, he helped that guy on the 3-on-1 and made a beautiful defensive play. Rangers didn't allow a shot until 3 minutes left, and then Montreal ended up getting a few. Halak, though, stepped up and made most of the stops they needed to. Gauthier got a breakaway, couldn't score on it. Stop me if you heard that one before. And that was it for the first period, really. 6-4 shots in favor of the Rangers. I don't know what else you want me to talk about in the first period. There was really nothing that went on. And the second period was just as boring, if not... I was going to say if not more, but there was some action that did happen. Rangers allowed a few chances early, but thankfully, or not thankfully, they ended up taking the too many men here. I thought they got the power play here for whatever reason. They didn't get a power play till later in the game. But it is thankfully, because Halak made a beautiful save on Dadonov. Slavkovsky then turns the puck over. Chris Kreider says cookies, and he gets a breakaway opportunity, and he scores on it. Chris Kreider, a breakaway in Montreal. Where have you heard that one before? And he ends up letting it rip blocker side on Jake Allen to make it a 1-0 game. Rangers ended up killing the rest of that power play off, so looking good there. Rangers put the pressure on, but an odd man rush came the other way, and Druin hit the post on that. But the Rangers continued to put the pressure on, and Braden Schneider just threw one on goal with Trocheck in front of the net. He snipes that one home. Panarin and Kravtsov end up picking up the assist on that goal. And not too long after, the Rangers would make it 3-0 as Phil Hedl throws one on goal, and it goes low blocker on Allen. And the assist to that go to Lindgren and VC there. So that makes it a 3-0 game. And nice to see Philip Hedl score a goal there, because I thought he had a little bit of a down game tonight, but he still ends up getting on the board, which is what's the crazy part, but it is what it is. And then that was pretty much it. The period ended there. There's not much to talk about. 12-7 in favor for the Rangers in shots for that period. I thought they allowed less that period. I thought the third period was probably their worst period, which we'll talk about now, because yeah, they allowed a few too many chances. Anderson got a deflection chance. Trouba failed to clear the puck on this opportunity. Trouba, though, overall, we're going to talk further about him. He didn't have an awful game. So I just wanted to highlight, though, that moment that happened there. Miller then made another beautiful defensive play to break up a Druin opportunity. Keandre Miller, we're going to rave about him in a few minutes, because, man, he's looking great. Panarin, though, goes off for tripping. Not a good penalty that he took there. And especially at that point in the game, you can't do it. You're going to let Montreal back in. And thankfully, they didn't really. Kreider got a breakaway shorthanded. He got slashed on that. And for whatever reason, it wasn't a penalty shot. And the Rangers ended up getting a power play afterwards. Sure, I guess. I don't know why. I don't know what constitutes a penalty shot anymore. But in any regard, yeah, Rangers end up having a pretty bad power play after that 4-on-4 because it negated the other penalty. 4-on-4 there. And after that, Rangers power play wasn't looking great. Montreal got some shorthanded chances, and eventually momentum was gained to their side, and the Rangers allowed a rush the other way. Harper, Schneider did everything they could there. They were left alone. The forwards, I forgot who was on the ice there, but lazy back check there by the forwards. And yeah, Joel Armia gets the puck in front. He ends up making it a 3-1 game. Poor Halak, who doesn't get the shutout in this one, even though he definitely deserved it. Armia then hits the post, speaking of him, and then he decides to take a dumb penalty and cross-check Ryan Lindgren in the offensive zone. Hopefully Lindgren's okay. That looked a bit scary. Cross-check right to the ribs, it looked like, and he was hunched over on the bench. I don't think he stepped on the ice after that for the remainder of the game, so hopefully he's okay. And then shorthanded, they end up pulling the goalie, which is weird that we've seen that happen now again. Which, again, it's weird. And Phil Petel gets the empty net goal. He buries that one from Adam Fox and Keandre Miller. Glad Miller got an assist. He deserved that for his defensive efforts that he had tonight. And Montreal then took a too many men penalty, and nothing else really happened. Lafreniere had a chance in front of the net. That was pretty much about it. But yeah, Rangers hold on and they win the game. Again, bend but don't break in this one. And the shots were 13-7 in favor of the Rangers in that third period. Very happy with this one. 31-18 for shots total in this game. Face-off percentage 51-49 in favor of the Rangers. Power play went 1 for 3. Montreal's went 0 for 2. And the hits were 21-17 in favor of Montreal. Block shots 17 apiece. 9 giveaways for the Rangers, 11 for the Canadians. So yeah, sorry that I don't really have much else to say. This was a very boring game, if I'm being completely honest, but I like it. I like the fact that the Rangers went in there. They took care of business against a team that sucks, and they got out of there. They made a quick game, and that's all you could ask for there. Nice to see them play a game like that. It really was nice to see that, because most of the time we're stressing watching them play against these bottom feeding teams. Tonight, I wasn't really even stressed at all for any moment. I really wasn't. I was relaxed the entire game, and it was an enjoyable one. So yeah, that's all I really got there. In terms of how each line played tonight, first line continues to be great. Kakko with Zibanejad and Kreider, they continue to be a great line, and Kakko had 3 shots on goal. Unfortunate for him that he didn't get a point, but hopefully that doesn't discourage Golan from keeping him on that line, because he looked great tonight still. I just wish he shot the puck on that one opportunity. I wish, because I really feel like he would have scored there. I really do, but unfortunately he didn't. But he still had a very good game. No complaints for Kakko's game whatsoever. Mika Zibanejad had a great game as well. No complaints there whatsoever. 50% the faceoff die. He also made some nice defensive plays throughout this game. That is for sure. Montreal had a rush opportunity at one point in this game. Zibanejad ended up breaking that one up. So very happy with Mika Zibanejad's game. And then Chris Kreider scoring on that breakaway. The patience there from him on it. Beautiful play and 3 shots on goal for him. He looked great tonight. Very happy with that entire top line. I don't think there's anyone that could complain there. And the second line, they probably had their best game since being formed as a line. Panarin, Trocheck, and Kravtsov were great tonight. Artemi Panarin, he didn't get a shot on goal, but he still looked great tonight. He was moving the puck very well. Ended up getting an apple tonight. That's about it there. But he still looked great. I loved Artemi Panarin's game. And I can't really point out anything bad he did. I really can't. Same goes for Vinny Trocheck. Although he did have 1 turnover. I think it was later in the third period where Trocheck had a little bit of a miscue there. A bit of a turnover. But outside of that, I can't complain about Trocheck's game. He had a great one. The only thing I could complain about with the entire team is they missed the net a lot tonight, and Trocheck especially. We're accustomed to seeing that, though, from him missing the net there. So it is what it is. If you're on the New York Rangers, you missed the net. It naturally happens. 64% the faceoff time, though. Very effective there, and very happy with Trocheck's game. And then Kravtsov, he might have had his best game as a Ranger tonight. He might have, and that's crazy to say because he's looked so good lately. He got a point, and he still looked great tonight. And you saw that defensive play that he made in the third period. Beautiful. Beautiful. Loved what I saw from Vitaly Kravtsov tonight. And I think that he's going under the radar for how good he's been lately. I really do. And then for the third line, they're a little bit of a ghost line lately. I'm not gonna lie, they've been kind of invisible out there. They ended up getting a goal, which was the Filipino goal, but I still am not impressed enough with the third line. I'd like to see a bit more offense from them, especially with Lafreniere and Hedel on it. I figured they'd drive more offense and get more going, but we just haven't seen it yet. We have not seen that yet, and I'm hoping that ends up picking up if Lafreniere could pick up his game soon. But yeah, not a bad game overall from them. Just, again, would like to see more. Lafreniere had a pretty solid game for the most part. He had a couple of scoring opportunities, missed the net on one, and then was denied on the other. But again, would like a bit more from him. Would like more. Philip Hedel gets 2 goals on the night, the empty netter, and then, of course, that 1 goal. So happy with Hedel's game to an extent. Again, would like to see a bit more of that line in the offensive zone. Jimmy Vesey, same goes for him. An okay game. Would like to see a bit more. Yeah, that's all I have to say about that third line. Then the fourth line, I thought they had a pretty good game. I really did. Barclay Goodrow looked pretty good tonight. So it's not like he looked invisible, really. Or I should say he was kind of invisible, but it's not like he was good. It's not like he was bad. He was just in between. There was a couple of good shifts I noticed from him, but that line was the only one on for that goal against. So take that for what you will. And I didn't like their back check effort on that goal. But outside of that, I thought they had a good game. Barclay Goodrow, decent game for him. Sammy Blais had a okay game. He missed the net on one opportunity that he really needed to hit the net on. But outside of that, pretty okay game for Blais. And then Gauthier, I thought, had a pretty good game. I thought Gauthier's looked great, and I think he needs to continue to play because he is a factor every night for this team. And whether it's drawing penalties, whether it's getting breakaways, he is important to this team. So would like to see him continue to be in the lineup. And I thought he was going to get scratched for whatever reason for Gustav Riedel tonight, which I would have loved to see Riedel in tonight's game, but not for Julian Gauthier, of course. And then for the defense, I really don't have any complaints. Lindgren and Fox both look great tonight. Fox had that one beautiful pass up to Kaapo Kakko. I think it was in the second period. And Kakko ended up getting an opportunity off of that. Loved that play there. And he just looked great all around tonight. No complaints from Adam Fox. And then same goes for Ryan Lindgren. No complaints there at all. I thought both of them had a very solid game. No complaints. Jacob Trouba, pretty decent game from him, actually, which is definitely a reason why the Rangers won this game. When Jacob Trouba is actually playing average to above average, it shows because the Rangers allow way less goals. Outside of that one cleared attempt there, I thought he had a pretty solid game. I really did. He turned the puck over one other time, but outside of that, I thought he had a pretty good game for the most part. I'm not going to complain. Keandre Miller, though, he's so good right now. He is so good and gets an assist, has a couple hits. He looked great tonight. I loved Keandre Miller's game, and the amount that he's forcing turnovers and the amount of plays that he's breaking up, it's unreal. It is unreal to watch this guy play and develop, especially from where we were with him from his first season here, and especially points of last season. It looked like he belonged in Hartford at points of last season, and now we're here with him. Keandre Miller looks great right now. And then Harper and Schneider, I thought they had a very solid game. I really did. Harper had a whatever game. Schneider, though, beautiful game from Braden Schneider. Beautiful game from him. He ended up having 4 shots on goal, blocked a couple shots as well. He looked absolutely great tonight. Loved what I saw from Braden Schneider. Love it. And he's another one improving each and every night like Keandre Miller. The two of them are just so fun to watch develop. And then Yaroslav Halak didn't get tested, but when he did, man, did he come up with the saves. Yaroslav Halak looked absolutely great tonight, and he's on a 3-game win streak now, so loving it. Loving that from Yaroslav Halak. But let's see what you guys are loving over on Twitter. Let's see what you guys have to say. Steven says Halak to the All-Star game. Hey, maybe if he keeps this up, am I right? But no, in all seriousness, vote Halak into the All-Star game, of course. But he's looking great lately. He is. And he's been in there against some bad teams, but it's better than the alternative. He needs to be what he needs to be, where he's good against the teams that he's called against. And that's all we can ask for. And that's what he's doing right now. So, very pleased with Yaroslav Halak's game. Very pleased. New York South 24 says, great game, don't you think? Yeah. Yeah. They annihilated them. They annihilated them. I don't care what the final score says. They annihilated them. And this is what I've been looking for all season long from them. Something like this. This was an impressive win. This was an impressive win. Rotting Mind says, will Hedl surpass Gretzky's goal total? Maybe soon. Hey, maybe soon. Might challenge Ovi. Ovi's got to look out there for Philip Hedl, baby. In all seriousness, though, Philip Hedl, I'm loving the season that he's having so far as well. He's another one. It's looking like he's going to have a career year right now. Love Philip Hedl's game right now. Love it. Kazoo says, in the first period, I was a little worried because it felt like the Rangers were playing down to their opponent. I agree to an extent here. I don't know. I don't think they were playing down to their opponent as much as they were just missing the net. They were getting the opportunities. They just missed the net on the opportunities. That's why the shots were as close as they were. And they didn't allow a lot. So I wouldn't say they played down to their opponent. I don't know if I agree with that, to be completely honest. I thought they played a very solid first period. And I thought that was their best period of the game, arguably, if I'm being honest there. Outside of them missing the net, I really did think it was their best period, but I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy there. And then Denisa says, that was a good win tonight, but the Rangers really got to stop doing that, where they're holding multi-goal leads and then proceed to sit back and let the opposing team gain momentum and get scoring chances, especially when it's a team like Montreal. And many people are not talking about this, but I really like the fourth line with the physicality that Goody and Blais provide, as well as Gauthier's speed. If Gallant keeps them together to build more chemistry, they could be scary. I agree with pretty much everything that you said there. Yeah, they definitely sat back a little bit towards the end of this game, but again, they didn't break, and I'd like to see them be a little bit tighter defensively there towards the end. I would have liked that, but for the most part, I'm going to give it a pass because there was some special teams going on there, and it is what it is. I'm going to give them a pass on that, but yeah, I agree that they can't allow them to get back into the game there, especially Montreal. But I agree that it was a good win. Agree that was a good win. And the fourth line, yeah, agree completely with that comment about the fourth line, that they are looking great right now. And it's amazing what happens when Barker Gudra is playing in the proper role, isn't it? The only thing is, I still don't trust Sammy Blais in the everyday lineup. I still would put Brzezinski or Riedel in over him, but hey, that's just me. That's just me personally. Maybe I'm being a bit too harsh, but I can admit to that. I can admit if I'm being a bit harsh. I am at times, I know. But let me know your thoughts of the game in the comment section down below. Would love to hear from you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching this one. If you did enjoy, leave a like on it. Subscribe if you guys are new, especially if you're Ranger fans. Turn on your notifications so you know when I upload a video next. And I will see you guys in the next one. Let's go, Rangers.